For the baklava dough, in a mixing bowl, add in 50 milliliters of normal tap water, 50 milliliters of milk, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a generous pinch of salt. Crack 1 egg in a bowl and whisk it well. Now add 1 teaspoon of this well whisked egg into the mixing bowl. Mix all of these ingredients well together. Now add in 1 cup of all-purpose wheat flour. Mix this well until a soft dough is formed. Once a nice soft dough like this is formed, you can see the dough is a bit sticky. Cover and rest for 30 minutes. Whilst the dough is resting, let's make the sugar syrup. In a small pot, add in 2 cups of sugar, white or brown. 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of rose water. Mix this well until the sugar starts to dissolve a bit. Boil the sugar syrup for 5 minutes. Remember, the 5 minutes will only start once it starts boiling like this. You can stir occasionally whilst it is boiling. And after 5 minutes of boiling, the syrup is now ready. Cover the syrup and set it aside to cool down. Now let's get the filling ready. 100 grams of pistachios, 100 grams of walnuts, and 50 grams of pecan nuts. Do not overgrind your nuts. Make sure it is coarse like this here. Now that our nuts filling is ready, let's make the baklava pastry. Add a little dry flour on your workboard. Place your dough on top and knead it for 1 minute. Roll the dough out into a 15 centimeters long cylinder. Use a ruler to measure and cut out 15 1 centimeter pieces. Roll each piece into a round ball. Once the balls are all made, keep them covered and work with 5 balls at a time. Now, before we start rolling, on one side of your work table, drop 1 cup of corn flour and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose wheat flour. Mix this well. We will be using this for rolling and spreading in between the layers. Remember that we are working with 5 balls at a time. Now dip the balls into the corn flour mix. Now press the balls down to form them into discs and roll them out into rotis. Now rub some corn flour mix on top of the roti. Set it aside and roll your next roti. Lay this roti on top of the first roti and rub some corn flour mix on top. And do the same for the remaining 3 rotis. So now we have rolled out 5 rotis and used the corn flour mix to separate each roti. Now we will do the same thing with the remaining 2 stacks of balls until we have 3 stacks of rotis. Now that we have 3 stacks, we are going to roll out each stack into thin phyllo pastry sheets. First, press it out with your fingers on both the sides. Now roll it out as thin as you can. Before we separate the layers, melt 250 grams of butter. Now use a oven-proof dish that is more or less the same size as the rolled out sheet. Now let's separate them. First, brush some butter. Set your first sheet in. Apply butter on top. Set your next sheet. Apply butter. Set your next sheet. Apply butter. Set your next sheet. More butter. And now set sheet number 5. Apply butter. Add in the nuts filling. Now let's add in the next 5 sheets. Now that our baklava is ready, toast it in a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. After 1 hour, the baklava is now ready. Whilst it is nice and hot, we are going to add in the syrup. And I'm going to finish it off with some crushed pecan nuts on top. So there you have it, guys. Beautiful baklava. You can see how all the layers separated, and it tastes absolutely divine. So guys, please be sure to give this recipe a try. Remember that you cannot rush a baklava recipe. You have to take your time in order to get it perfect like this here. It's a bit of work, but believe me, it is so worth it at the end. So guys, please like, share and subscribe. You guys are always a beautiful audience. Until my next video, stay blessed, stay safe, and peace out.